Parenting always brings up so many questions. And when it comes to multicultural children or so-called third culture kids that grow up with different cultural influences, it can be even harder to determine what's best for them and how you should react in a certain situation. So I've been working on a framework that I baptized the Multicultural Parenting Model that you can apply to any situation and that will really serve you and guide you and give you a greater confidence in your parenting decisions and challenges. Welcome back. I'm Camilla Quintana, and I'm a certified life and relationship coach specializing on women and their families living abroad. And today I'd like to present my multicultural parenting model to you. So first of all, let me say that each child has a truly unique spirit, and so do we all. So if you've been looking for a kind of manual on how to raise your children, I'm afraid there is none. But if you do find it, please send it through to me too. So I really believe that it's up to us to figure out what's best one situation at a time, taking into consideration three things. One, the uniqueness of your child, who might be more or less sensitive, more or less active, more or less provocative, and so forth. Secondly, your own values and beliefs and what feels right and authentic to you. And third, the importance and severity of the situation. So while I can't give you specific answers to your individual parenting concerns, I've designed a framework that I've been testing and loving, and that no matter what's going on, you can apply. So I often said the phrase that multicultural children needed a good balance between strong roots and wings to be able to fly. And I recently repeated that in an interview, and then I thought, yeah, but what exactly does that mean, Camilla? And I intuitively knew that there was more to it and that I had to dig a little deeper. And what I came up with after, lots of reflecting and thinking and working on it looks like this. So each situation with your child will call for you to choose between those two elements, roots and wings. And for each element, you have two choices. One is a more strong and proactive approach, while the other is a softer and steadier one. So when it comes to roots, you can go two ways. You can opt for connection, which is soft, and it's about increasing closeness, heartfelt understanding and trust. It's about loving and nurturing your child. Or you can choose boundaries, which is firm and it's active. This is where you might say no, or only this, but not that. Or it's where you intervene. And now when it comes to wings, you can choose between something I named enlightened composure. Enlightened because it really requires a lot of wisdom, maturity, and consciousness. It's about being able to pause, to step back, to listen, but not interfere. It's about accepting what's going on. Or otherwise, you might choose guidance. This again is the more active approach where you show and guide your child, where you teach them something they need to learn in order to then be able to do it by themselves and to fly. So let me give you an example. Let's say your child comes home from school and is really bummed out because someone made fun of their heritage, their accent or the way they look or dress, etc. Now ask yourself, and there is no right or wrong answer. It's really up to you and your child and the circumstances. But ask yourself, what does my child need now? Do they need roots? Do you want to ground their energy and kind of pull them towards you? And if so, should it be through connection, where you could have a heartfelt conversation about the issue and you really comfort your child and make them feel, seen and heard and loved and like they really belong to your family and they have their place there and they're fully accepted there? Or should it be through boundaries where you might decide that you're going to talk to a teacher, or you might tell your child that you don't want them to do or say a particular thing in the situation? Alternatively, you might decide that your child needs wings and is able to handle the situation more independently and to fly solo. So here you can choose between enlightened composure, which is a wise and conscious sort of non-reaction to the thing. So you might want to listen to your child and nod along and understanding and maybe repeat a thing here or there, but not provide any inputs, leaving them to figure this out independently and growing through the experience. Or you might decide that your child needs wings, but in form of guidance, where you help them to come up with a plan and you might teach them a certain skill or something they'll need on their way to then be able to handle it by themselves. As I said, each situation with your child will call for a different element and sometimes a mix of them. But if you apply this framework, you'll always know which directions you can go. So now think of a recent incident you had with your child. Maybe they wanted to dress in a way that you don't approve of. Maybe they're throwing a tantrum. Maybe they got their heart broken. Maybe they're opposing your upcoming move, or maybe they don't want to move back home. Maybe they don't like the food that you prepared for them. Whatever it is, tap into your inner wisdom. Really take a moment and reflect. Does my child need roots now? And if so, in the form of connection or boundaries? Or do they need wings in the form of enlightened composure by me being this kind of loving, trusting, well-wishing bystander? Or through guidance, where you take them by the hand and lead them towards takeoff? I really hope that my multicultural parenting model will serve you to make better decisions, to better tune into what your child needs in each situation, and to tackle these situations with greater confidence. Please let me know your thoughts about the framework and try it out today. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. You can find more of me at www.camillakintana.com. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more. Bye.